Hello and welcome back. This is The Lost Adventure, and today we are going over Merillas Magic Tower. This adventure is written for basic fantasy RPG, but is easily put in any RPG system. It can be found in Adventure Anthology number 1 and was written by Rob Pennell. It can be used to introduce a high-level magic user to the party, and also as a way to obtain magical items and potions. The adventure is designed for 3 to 6 characters of levels 4 to 7, and the entire story can be boiled down to a simple, go check on the wizard tower over there. The short version of the story is that there is a retired wizard, named Merilla in the book, replaced as needed, who has suddenly gone silent. This is an issue because Merilla makes magical items for what she determines to be good causes. She's also a major maker of potions, so her going silent and not being able to make contact with her has caused a little bit of concern to the local authorities. Unbeknownst to the player, the reason why she isn't contactable is because when she enchants or makes magical items, she actually gets exhausted and goes into a comatose state if she overworks herself. And just recently, Merilla had just finished making a magical item, causing her to go into a deep sleep. Now, the book suggests 2 paths to get the quest going. Path 1 is local authorities request adventurers to investigate, really basic. Path 2 is someone hires the group to assault the tower. It's kind of black and white in options, either or, be good or be bad. So, we actually prefer number 3 that we made up. Corrupt local authorities hire adventurers to investigate, but they're actually just using the player characters as a distraction. This may seem confusing right now, but it will make sense by the end of this video. This book also introduced a couple of magical items that are new, along with a new monster called a Pipe Beast. Pipe Beast is a 6 hit die plus 6 HP monster with 3 attacks, and spits acid, so think like the alien from Aliens, without any, chest bursters. And also being a magical construct. It's immune to fire damage, also. There's also this thing called a Morphganger, which is like a doppelganger and a mimic combined. It's a 10 hit die monster that can imitate non-living objects. However, to begin attacking anybody else, it needs to change to its humanoid shape. Beyond those 2, there are only the following monsters in this adventure. Bronze golems, well, just 1. A carpet trapper, which is like a rug of smothering from D&D. Rust monsters, and a fairy dragon. Okay, onwards to the first level or entry level, and the beginning of some of our issues with this adventure. So, there's no keys for the symbols on the map, nor is there a description of how big each square is. We'll just go ahead and say that each square is a 10-foot square, nor is it given how tall the rooms are, or if there's a lighting source in each area. And the beginning trap is right here, and it goes off just by looking at the symbols written on the doorway. What does it do? Why, it's a fireball trap that explodes the second a character says they try and read the ruins. Now, I don't know about you, but placing a fireball trap right on the front entrance of your magical tower where just any passerby can possibly read it seems a bit excessive and dangerous, especially if you're trying to be, like a good wizard, not like an evil wizard trying to kill people that's trying to enter a dungeon or something. You're just a normal old retired wizard making magical items and potions. So we would suggest that instead of the fireball trap being here, go ahead and move it here. Now, you see that wall there and that door that has an S on it that usually means it's a secret? Well, there's absolutely no description on how that works. In fact, the book makes it seem like when the players walk in through the front door, they can see directly into this area. So just changing the fireball trap to be over there makes a lot more sense to us. After you move the trap to there, go ahead and make like the front door like a easy lock door check, just like a normal house that someone would be living in. Alright, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and speak about the rest of the room. This right here is a bronze golem, an AC 20, hit die 20 monstrosity that deals 3d10 damage plus an additional 1d10 fire damage on a hit, and anyone who hits it gets 2d6 fire damage from molten liquid hitting them. So that seems a bit excessive to us. I mean, that seems like a pretty deadly encounter. The thing only activates when a player comes within 30 feet of it, but still, it seems pretty rough. This right here is a carpet trapper. It's a non-trademarked rug of smothering, which we think is pretty fitting of the level of encounters that players should run into here. Oh, back to the golem for a second. So once players defeat the golem, inside of its head is this thing called a Ring of Wonder, one of those new magical items in the book. What's a Ring of Wonder? Why, it's a ring that the DM is supposed to roll on a table that they devise themselves that's full of a series of different magical rings that the Ring of Wonder will change into every day. We don't know about you, but as a DM, we feel like we already have enough on our plate rather than some minor things like rolling for what magical power a ring has every dawn. So instead, we would suggest just replacing it with a magical ring of your choice. Now, the rest of the room is filled with potions and books lining the walls on shelves. This location will be very useful for a DM to place items your players may need, like spell scrolls with spells that your magic users may need in the future, or potions they may need, like health potions, a decent few of them since they just fought that golem and they're about to get blown up by a fireball trap. Alright, now that you have gotten the players past the fireball trap, the golem, and the rug of smothering along with all the potions, books, and scrolls, they enter the first actual level of the tower. Now, in this first level, the players will run into 2 rust monsters. Nothing interesting here, but they're there. There's 2 of them, and they're going to attack the players. In the center of the tower is a wooden spiral staircase. There's no special things with this. The players can just simply walk up to it to the second level. On the second level, now this level has 3 chests in it. The north and southwest ones are trapped with another fireball trap. But they also contain 15,000 gold pieces each. Yes, 15,000. The final one is actually a morph ganger, which if you want to, you can just change it to a mimic to make things easier. Now right here on the south wall is a suit of plate mail of life protection +3. Now you've probably never heard of an effect called life protection, so we'll go ahead and describe it. So life protection is an ability that the author has given to this suit of armor that allows a player to resist energy drain, which for those of you from 5th edition, energy drain is actually the removal of levels if hit by a certain monster that has the ability. This suit of plate mail has 6 charges, so it can save a player from 6 hits of energy drain. Now, the only way to recharge the charges in the plate mail is to use a Sword of Smiting, which is also another new magical item found in this adventure. Every time a player that is equipped with this Armor of Life Protection and a Sword of Smiting hits a creature with energy drain, they recharge a level of life protection. Now, if you're planning on using this adventure for any sort of like modern D&D campaigns, we would suggest maybe switching it to temporary hit points that can only be used against that sort of effect from a undead creature. Or you could just make it temporary hit points in general. And that's it for level 2. Level 3 is the lair of a fairy dragon, which was actually created by Merilla. It's left up to the DM on how the dragon will react to the players. It can attack the players, and it has the ability of an 8th level spellcaster. And there's also rules for the fairy dragon attempting to wake its master using telepathy. It's like a 5% chance each round. But that's it for this level. There's nothing else in here. Tower level 4. This is where the spiral staircase ends. In this room is devoid of all furniture, and there is another staircase on a wall opposite the players. Also in this room is 2 pipe beasts who probably don't think you belong here, and now fight. After that, we reach Tower Level 5, the finale, the end, the completion of the mission. Well, you find Merilla. She's sleeping in her bed, and there's 2 assassins standing above her, about to finish her off. You see, while the PCs were dealing with the Tower Guardians, these 2 scaled the walls and came through a window. Yeah. So, like I said, maybe having some sort of corrupt authority issue the quest is the most fitting way to have this adventure go forward. One of the assassins is a level 7, while the other is only level 4. Each wears leather armor +1 and also wears a ring of protection +1. We'd suggest giving them a little bit more bite, maybe some poison on their weapons. Anything that'll make it so they're a little bit more dangerous. Any players that have defeated what's happened below aren't going to find these guys to be any sort of trouble. Well, anyways, that's it. Merilla will reward the players with 2,500 gold pieces each, along with 1 minor magical item of their choice. The item she is working on is the Sword of Smiting that I mentioned earlier. It is the item she finished enchanting and got tired and fell asleep. She'll probably want any of her items that the PCs may have, tactically acquired throughout the mission, but she will forgive the players for destroying her guardians as long as they saved her. Now, we think this adventure requires a bit of work. We aren't going to lie, we expected a bit more out of it. It feels like an adventure that a DM made up to run in their own campaign. In a way that if a player asks a question like, what's the lighting like? The DM already knows because he made the thing up in his head and he'd just be like, yeah, so there's magical light coming from these towers here. There are uses for this adventure. We just think it could have been done better. Now for the ratings. For the adventure, this is only getting a 2. It feels sort of like an unfinished product, like it's incomplete. It's 90% there, but not wholly done. Plus, there's the whole assassins who just climbed the rope, it seems, to go into the 5th level of the tower. There's no mention of any exterior tower defenses, and there's no mention of a window in the description, so that kind of bothers us. I mean, the PCs could have climbed the window to go check on her if that was possible. For value, we're going to give it a 5. It automatically gets a 5 because the PDF is free. The actual book, Adventure Anthologies #1, is great. And if you want to get it in print, it's also very inexpensive. Now, for deadliness, we're going to go ahead and give this a 4. The first floor can wipe a party. We would say it's maybe balanced for a party of level 7s, but level 4s can easily find themselves dead real quick right on the first level. A 20 hit die monster with 20 AC that damages anyone who hits it, followed by a trap fireball, or if you go by the actual adventure, they get hit with the trap fireball in the beginning. We would suggest altering it to fit the party composition, maybe something that's not a bronze golem. We could also cut down on the 3 fireball traps, change it into something else that does less damage. And the pipe beast can be easily switched out for like animated armor. And with that, we end this video. We hope someone out there finds this video to be useful, and we will see you all next time. Oh, we have channel memberships now. There's only one level. It's 99 cents a month if you want to show support for the channel. And a special thank you to Mr. BS Berserker. I don't know if I said that username right, for being my first patron. Thank you. That's it for today. Goodbye.